Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Last year I started nature sound recordings from our trips and shared them with you on this channel. Mainly there are two reasons why I chose to do sound recording in nature. The first one is that sometimes we all need to disconnect from our busy world and just be outdoors, connecting back with our basic human senses. By doing this type of sound recording, your whole attention is given to the surrounding ambiences and you discover sounds otherwise you would ignore successfully. And the second reason is the need to create something. In a world that pushes everything to insane speeds of automation, and here you can include the music and the photography, I believe creativity and originality are perhaps one of the most important skills of the 21st century that are left for us humans. Creativity itself is a muscle that gets stronger with use, and it's important to our well-being. Doing something creative every day and having that feeling of satisfaction and some kind of pride in completion can make you happier no matter the results and the feedback you get, because at the end of the day it's not about the results but the experience and the journey. So today I want to add another piece to this creative puzzle, and that is photography, nature and wildlife photography. Today's trip is about exploring the residential area where I live and a little bit of nature from my garden. I'll try to show you what kind of wildlife and nature I discover close to our home. I started by going to the edge of the housing area where I live, which is an open field with wild grass and small bushes. It used to be a farming land before. Now part of it is a new housing area and the other part is kind of semi-wild bush area with lots of birds. The first star of the day is the corn barking bird. Usually can be found in this kind of open field areas with high grass and thistles. At first I had troubles to find it. I would hear its chirp, which to me sounds similar to the one the crickets make, a little bit louder. Another beautiful bird I found was the common white-throat, which is a sociable bird with a beautiful loud chirp for its size and beautiful eyes, which you will see in a few seconds. European stonechat. It's another pretty bird that I found. It's pretty shy and I had some difficulties to photograph it. When photographing or recording, you also have some waiting moments, or some dead moments when not much is happening with the wildlife around you. But those are not lost moments, because I like to shift my focus to the surroundings and capture static nature, as you can see in the next photos. Since still nothing was happening wildlife-wise, for some good minutes I had to change the position a bit and move a little bit deeper in the field. And there I found some pretty common and adaptable birds that are found all over Europe, the magpie and the common sparrow. The magpie is part of the crow family, very smart birds. They are one of the few birds who might be the only one that passed the mirror test and showed some signs of self-recognition. Another interesting bird I photographed is the starling. Not everybody loves them because they can damage the crops in a pretty fast manner. For example, cherries will vanish in 1 or 2 days from a tree if they're not protected. They look black from a distance, but when you see them closer, they're very glossy with purple and greens. They're very noisy and can mimic noises that they hear. I hope you can hear some of them in the background. As I was slowly moving around through the bushes, I spotted again the corn bunting birds, but this time it was a pair on top of an apple tree. And at some point a magpie arrived, but it didn't seem to be bothered as the male continued his singing. A couple of minutes later I spotted again the common white-throat, but this time he was on some lower branches in a dim light, totally different comparing to the first shots I showed you. Then I decided it was time to leave this location as the light was kind of dim already and the birds' activity kind of slowed down. So I've done a few more static nature shots. I spotted a half moon in the sky and a beautiful bush branch afternoon sun. interesting birds I was able to photograph also in our small garden, especially in the quiet moments, usually early morning or when there's less human activity around, or after a heavy rain. The one that came pretty rare this spring was the greenfinch. Although it's supposed to be a regular garden visitor, I've only seen it twice. Even more colorful is the goldfinch, which came quite a few times to our garden mainly to feed themselves with dandelion and other flower seeds. And this is one reason to have small flowers in your glass, because it can attract this kind of wildlife, this kind of beautiful birds, not to mention that it will feed the bees as well. After a good meal, it was grooming time up in the tree. In the end, I want to mention these two ducks that I photographed in one evening in our residential area, and I believe I know where they are coming from. There is this unused irrigation canal with water at the edge of our neighborhood, and I believe there is some interesting wildlife there, and this will be the subject for the next video. I'll leave you now with some more pictures of these beautiful birds and nature, and see you next time.